last name?
Oh, Seeloff.
Seeloff? Good evening, folks. You have tuned in to another OCA Media production of Panther Sports. Tonight, it's a WIAA hockey match between the Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Oregon Panthers. I am Matt Kingsley, and I'm here with Zach Seeloft, and we are going to bring you tonight's game. We'll start with a quick note on the visiting Onalaska Hilltoppers. This is another co-op, as we've seen pretty much every game here at the rink, maybe with one exception. So 3 high schools make up the Onalaska team, including La Crosse Central and La Crosse Logan. The Onalaska team is coached by Oak Moser, and their starters tonight will be Jackson Egan, Jack Tillman, Liam Branson, Jude Alvarado, Rylan Tomaszek, and Josh Pogreba in goal. Onalaska comes into tonight's match with a 2-4 record. Oregon with a 4-3 record, coming off a tough loss over the weekend to Monona Grove. They fell behind Monona Grove, and then Dawson Peterson stopped the shutout late in the third period. It was good to see Oregon had Easton Linder back last game, and that certainly helped. He'll be one of the starters tonight for Oregon, along with Dawson Peterson, James Shervin, and the Ocho Cinco pairing is starting tonight on the blue line. Trey Zerwick and Jack Klun, and the ever-reliable Nicholas Couillard will be in net. The Oregon Panthers are coached by Cole Hefty, and that's even what the website at Wisconsin Prep Net says nowadays. The team managers got on there, and they added the tail of the tape to everybody. And I'm not sure. I think my kid's a couple inches taller than
they might be
than
shorting him a
reported.
little bit.
But yeah, so that's been updated. Now it shows Cole Hefty as the coach. Last I saw, he was listed as the head coach and assistant coach. So
filling
that
a lot
just
of
shows,
roles.
yeah, I mean, the hardest working coach in showbiz.
It's the James Brown of high school hockey, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cole's had some good success. So Oregon, they've been playing a little more defensively compared to Onalaska. So Oregon comes into this match outscoring their opponents 19-16, whereas Onalaska has been outscored 22-28. So if you break that down with the arithmetic, Oregon is averaging 2.7 goals a game and Onalaska 3.7. So that 1 goal a game more than Oregon is scoring. Oregon far better defensively so far early this year, only giving up 2.3 goals a game, whereas Onalaska is giving up twice as many, 4.7. So we'll see who can control the tempo, as folks like to talk about in other sports. If we're going to have a back and forth, a lot of shots flying, or if it's going to be a slow, grinded out type affair. So this is already this season. This is Onalaska's 3rd trip into Dane County. So they started the season, they lost 1-4 at Madison Memorial, and then last Saturday they fell 5-0 to Wanakee. So 2-4 on the season for Onalaska, and they started 2-1 with wins over Sauk. Well, that was their first game this year. It was a win over Sauk, and then a win over Winona, and that was sandwiched around the loss to Memorial. Then they've lost a couple of barn burners, 6-8 against Black River Falls. And for Black River Falls, Calvin Lekowski had a huge night. He had 4 goals and an assist. And Onalaska followed that up with a 4-6 loss at Tomah Sparta. And then most recently, the Wanakee game over this weekend where they lost 5-0. So Hilltoppers, they've really spread out the scoring. They've had 12 different players that have registered a point this year, including 10 of those that have scored goals. And their attack is led by Grayson Andel and Jackson Egan, each with 9 points on 5 goals and 4 assists. They're followed by Matt Tillman and Parker. I didn't talk to anybody to get pronunciations before the game. I was going to go with Parker Lick.
Lick,
could be
like or likey. I think all of those are possibilities.
Yeah, normally I find somebody ahead of the game and I get the pronunciations, and I failed to do that tonight, but both Tillman and Like have 7 points. 3 goals for Tillman, 2 for Like, and then Sawyer Meyer is next. He has 2 goals and an assist for 3 points. So that's what you're going to see. And then in net, Joshua Pagreba, he's starting tonight, and he's seen most of the action. But Parker Tripp has recorded 68 minutes, so if they need to go to their second goalie, they're a little bit better prepared, whereas Oregon, Nicholas Couillard's been in there every minute of the season, and Keaton Walker hasn't gotten the action yet as the number 2 guy. And Deacon Johnson has also had some pretty impressive JV games. So, but Walker is a senior. He's played a lot, and so he's ready if needed for the Panthers.
Yeah, you mentioned the goaltending, and I'm very curious to see, as you correctly note, ton of goals scored for the Hilltoppers, but also a ton of goals given up on this 3-game losing streak they're on. They've given up 8, 6, and 5 goals in each of those games. Parker Tripp, their sophomore goaltender, 81.6% save percentage. Joshua Pagreba, 86%. And that tells me that they're having a little trouble, but it's hard to know without having seen them play if that's actually goaltending or if that's defense, because a defense can hang the goaltender out to dry. The goaltender gets the stats, but the defense maybe is what's falling down. The fact that they're so offensively minded, they've scored 6, they've scored 7. You know, this is a team that can do some damage offensively. Makes me think that maybe they're having trouble in the defensive end of the ice.
Yeah, and we'll see when the game starts. It might be a little bit of playing style involved too. They could, you know, the defenseman could be really aggressive and jumping pucks and trying to break out, sending guys up the ice and maybe, you know, giving up some rushes. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully Oregon can take advantage, because I know they've got some guys chomping at the bit looking to score out here.
I had the chance to call a game last year for these same Panthers. James Shervin, number 4, the junior, 10 points on the season, leading the team, 7 goals, 3 assists. He's an electric player when he's out there. His ability to move the puck, to move with the puck, to find teammates, but to also be open for teammates. He really opens the ice up for Oregon.
Yeah, he sure does. And, you know, Oregon started their most recent game against Monona Grove at Hartmeyer, you know, really playing well in the first period, and then Shervin got a 5-minute major penalty for checking from behind. And, of course, if you ask James, he'll say the guy turned at the last minute, which, you know, other people have said as well, but he still wound up 5 minutes, and it kind of derailed their momentum a little bit, and they weren't able to get cooking and weren't able to get on the board until late.
The Department of Player Safety would say that he did not meaningfully alter the position of his body just prior to contact, but I'm not sure I buy that either. So, yeah, it's difficult, and that's something that Oregon has dealt with over the years, and I think under previous head coach Larry Clemens and now under head coach Cole Hefty is something they've really tried to address, is penalties and making sure to play a clean game, and something I think they've improved on a lot over the years. Because when you do take those major penalties, boy, that's a real shot in the arm for the other team, gives them an enormous opportunity, and so you want to avoid those if at all possible.
Yeah. And I think that was a big factor. For the most part this year, Oregon's kept their composure. They haven't taken a lot of big penalty minutes. There's only been one other major, I think, all year for Oregon. But in that Monona Grove game, they kind of unraveled, and one of the players, and I know his dad wasn't very happy, and would have been fine if coach would have benched him or, you know, something along those lines. But I know we had Dawson Peterson got a couple penalties for running his mouth. And Trey Zerwick picked up a cheapie. He had a kid that was holding him. And then, like, once Trey got away, he just gave him the tiniest of shoves, but the ref put him in there for 2 minutes. You know, and so I imagine that the coach addressed some of those issues, and hopefully Oregon will clean it up and go out there and play smart.
One of the key roles of the coach at this level is to manage that kind of thing. Well, let's go down to our PA announcer and get the first lineups, and then we'll get started.
The Oregon High School Administration and WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. Tonight's game is being played under the rules of the National Federation of State High School Associations and WIAA. For the enjoyment of all in attendance, the Oregon High School reminds you to be a positive leader on the ice and in the stands. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Hilltoppers, in goal, number 31, Joshua Pagreba. At defense, number 5, Jackson Egan. At defense, number 18, Jack Timlin. Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please remove your hats if you're able and stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, welcome back, everyone. OCA Media is proud to bring you this exciting Panther hockey match live from the Oregon Ice Arena. Tonight, the Panthers are hosting the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Matt Kingsley and Isaac Seeloff will have the call for you, and this exclusive OCA Media broadcast of Panther hockey is brought to you in partnership with the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, feel good banking. The Oregon Community Coalition, helping you thrive. Visit us at OregonAreaCares.org. Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Panther Exteriors, Stoughton Health, and Wisco Industries. Your trusted neighbors for generations. We're ready to get underway. Panthers against Hilltoppers. First faceoff is won by Oregon. They control in their own zone, and with 16:57 to go in the scoreless first period, the Panthers have the first offensive possession, and here is James Shervin. Low angle shot and a quick save, immediately putting pressure on Joshua Pogreba. Panthers hold at the point. Shervin there at the top of the circle. Drops it off for Lindert. Knocked away, and now on the rush the opposite direction is Liam Branson of the Hilltoppers. Nicely chased down from behind, though, by Trey Zurowick, who controls in his own corner for Oregon. 16.5 minutes to go. No score in the first period here in Oregon. That one's going to be too strong. And we'll get our first stoppage of the night. 16:27 to play in the first. No score.
And Oregon's going to shuffle to their second line now. Karasek and Lee in at defense. Dish, Yachman, and Tauschik at forwards. And Dish will face off against Matthew Tillman.
Face-off is won by the Panthers. Rim it up the near side of the boards. Panthers able to break it out quickly. Nice pass across into center ice for Yachman. Drops it back into the defensive zone, and look at the speed on Grayson Andel. You can see why he's leading the team with 9 points. Ton of hustle to get it back, send it up to the point. The Hilltoppers on offense. CJ Clay, a shot, and a nice shot block that time by George Karasek. Karasek's pass a little bit too far, but no icing is the call, and the Panthers will chase it down in the corner. Ethan Dish putting some pressure on. Panthers on the near side wall trying to hold at the point. Past Karasek, and now screaming up the side is Matt Tillman. He's got to look at the goal. Hassled from behind by Yachman, and his shot is wide of the cage. Rims all the way out of the zone. A lot of speed on both of these teams, Matt. We're seeing movement up and down the ice.
Yeah, fast-paced start. I think this is how Onalaska likes to play. Up and down the ice, get the shots on net, and that's how they've scored so many goals this year.
Certainly favors an offensive style. You can believe that. Big collision in the Panthers zone, but a nice job by Jack Klund to keep the puck moving. Rockets back into Oregon territory, and Karasek will have it there. Karasek, a big man out on the ice. You can see he uses that size to his advantage as a defenseman.
6'6", and with that extra long stick, he has been masterful with the poke check so far this year.
Sort of a Zdeno Chara in miniature out there. Panthers controlling their own zone. Bringing it up is Dawson Peterson on the right wing side. He's got Shervin with him. Nice pass through. Shervin nearly gets behind the defense. Paul Soderberg interferes at the last second for the Hilltoppers. Shervin takes a shot against the wall, and now the Hilltoppers have a 3-on-1 coming the other way if they can hustle. Good active defense by Jack Klun. Does not allow an opportunity, and the puck is slung away by Zurowick. Hilltoppers had a chance. Panthers get a nice defensive effort from Klun. Coming the other way, top of the circle. Tried to drag through into the slot, but nothing doing. Dawson Peterson carried it all the way through, but turns it over, and it's flipped out by the Hilltoppers. Panthers in their own zone. Klun again trying to get it free. Stripped away, this time taken by Tomaszek. Into the low slot, trying to find Branson. Shot from Tomaszek is saved. Couillard, I believe his first save of the game there. Nice job with the stick. Panthers through the neutral zone. Backhand pass from Easton Lindert. We'll put it into the corner. He'll circle back for a change as the first line of forwards comes off. Panthers up on the wall. Karasek and Yakman fighting for it. Hilltoppers able to clear. Backhand pass finds Branson. He tries to stick handle through. A quick shot comes in from Alvarado, but he goes well wide of the pad to the near side of the Panthers zone. 13:52 to go in this first period. Still no score out here at the Oregon Ice Arena. The 4-3 Panthers taking on the 2-4 Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers. Bad giveaway in the slot. Blocker saved. Couillard. Tremendous job to stand tall against the senior Jude Alvarado. He was all alone in the bottom of the slot on a difficult turnover. Shot block there comes to Oregon's benefit. They'll clear it out and try to get a change.
I think Cooley's heart is racing after that turnover right in front of him. That's about as good of a chance and as lucky of a break as you can get.
What a job to turn that one away. Boy, the backside was open there, but not choosing to wrap it around was Andel. He goes instead opposite point for Matt Tillman. Tillman a shot blocked by Karasek into the corner of the Oregon zone. 13:10 to play. Controlled by Andel, near side of the Oregon territory. Back towards Tillman and stripped away that time by Easton Lindert. His cross ice pass, though, broken up by the Hilltoppers. Puck rattles to the near side. Lindert there for Oregon, working his way through the slot. Now tries to find Shervin. High up off the glass, but remains in play. Shervin in front of the scorer's table. As ever, able to get through traffic, and now here he comes to the near side faceoff dot. Curling, retreating pass is intercepted by Matt Tillman. And the senior for Onalaska comes back the other way through center ice. Big collision, what a hit from Lindert. But following along is Andel, and another blocker save from Couillard. A nice shot by Andel trying to go 6-hole. Couillard shuts the door. Cross ice pass to Shervin. He's got Lindert with him. Shot from the outer hash marks, a pad save, but following along behind is Desmond Kingsley. Drops into the corner. Now point for Zurowick. Top of the circle, just over the crossbar. That one was rising on him. A nice shot, but a little bit too high. Shervin, outer hash mark. Stick handles around a defender. Face-off dot and a save off the mask. That time of the goaltender, Pogreba. Puck down low in the Hilltopper zone with 11:58 to play. A long pass is too long. The hand is up, and icing will be the call. We saw a couple of good opportunities for the Hilltoppers this way. Panthers go the other way and get a couple of good ones themselves.
James Shervin, he's looking ready for the challenge today. And I like to see Trey Zurowick take that shot from the point. He's still looking for his first high school goal. And I told him the other night he's next. So
hand up for icing on this one. And indeed it is. Richie Baker tried to take a little touch to get around the defense, but it was too strong. The clock stopped at 11:47 in the first period, still scoreless. I like the way Zurowick looks on the ice. He looks confident, he looks planted, and I feel like, I agree, it's just a matter of time until he's able to find the back of the net.
yeah, sometimes it's tough for the defenseman to get in there, with the exception being Oregon's Jack Klun. He's your stat sheet isn't going to be accurate. He's missing 2 goals that he should have. I'll speak with the trainers again and make sure they got my text about a couple corrections that need to get made.
Sometimes you've got to hassle the official scorers. Speaking of Zurowick, here he is. A shot finds a man in the corner, and he swings over the top. That was Desmond Kingsley. Did not quite get the shot on. A nice shot from Zurowick to set up the rebound, but the Panthers cannot capitalize. 11:24 to play, and now here's Zurowick again. Works through the high slot, sends it down low, trying to find Preston Crom. Pass toward the blue line. It'll be taken by Zurowick in center ice. Shadowed by the Hilltoppers, drops it back into the neutral zone. Zurowick, near side of the Panther zone, as Oregon gets a change and tries to reset up. Cross for Yakman, over skates, and that one picked up by Richie Baker. Into the corner. Karasek. Panthers moving across their own blue line. Now they're coming on the attack. Yachman, though, has it stripped away from him. Back to the Panther blue line. And it'll be George Karasek. 10:40 to go in this game. No score here in Oregon. Panthers tried a clearing attempt in. Immediately turned around by Jackson Egan, the starting junior. Oregon at their own blue line. Loose puck given away to Jackson Tillman. His backhand is picked up by Karasek in the Panther zone. Puck is pinched and up into the safety netting for another stoppage. Folks, we hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast of Panther Sports. If your business or organization would like to join our family of sponsors, please contact Paul at OCAmedia.com for more information. That's Paul at OCAmedia.com. The captain, Easton Lindert, wins the faceoff for the Panthers. At the bottom of the circle, taken away by the Hilltoppers. Send to the center point for CJK. Down towards Couillard, stopped and turned back. K again, blockered by Couillard. His blocker has been very active. Another backhand, low slot, shot no good, blocked by the defense. A second chance is pad save, third chance is pad save. And a shot off the side of the cage coming from Matt Tillman, and a score from beneath the net. After 5 or 6 shots on Couillard, he puts it off his back and in, and it is 1-0 in favor of the Onalaska Hilltoppers.
Yeah, we saw a goal like that in the JV game with somebody putting it in off the, well, that one was off the pipe and then off of the backside of the goalie. That's why you just keep active around the goal. Couillard did a good job on the first few saves, but Hilltoppers kept plugging away.
And that's what we were talking about at the top of the broadcast, where the goaltending stats can sometimes be deceptive. You can't blame Nicholas Couillard for that goal. He gets, the goal against, but he had to fend off just a flurry of shots, and you got to hope that your defense will help you out there. Unfortunately, the Panthers unable to clear it. Let's get the call. Tillman unassisted at 7:05 in the first period, and it's 1-0 Hilltoppers, and here they come the other way. Low slot shot is swung over the top. Grayson Andel, the sophomore, nearly had his 6th on the season, but he can't get hold of it. Shervin right in front of the player benches. Big contact between him and 17, Parker Lyke. Coming back the other way is Tillman, but he is offsides, or rather Grayson Andel is offsides, and we'll get the neutral ice face-off. A lot of contact in this game as well. You think of it as a speed game, maybe there's less contact, but we've seen a fair amount of hitting, especially in open ice.
Yeah, I know the Panthers, they've got some guys that aren't afraid to hit. And you're seeing people pick up their level of physicality. Even some of the smaller players for Oregon, they're really trying to, I think, make a statement and show their teammates that they're willing to get down and dirty.
Jack Klun drops it into the center. Shot is off the leg of the defender. Ethan Dish tries a backhander, goes all the way through for Yachman. Up to the point. Once again, Klun steps around the defender. Top of the circle, shot is blocked in the low slot. Hilltopper is able to knock it out of there. And coming up the other way is Meyer. Nice lead pass. Meyer finds Logan Sauter. Back towards Meyer. Swing and a miss, but the puck's still in the slot. Turn and fire off the glove. A save from Couillard. Richie Baker had a good look at it, and he intercepts a pass there. Top of the far circle. His shot is high and takes the glass in the back. At the point, dug out by the Panthers. Cross ice coming for Yachman. Had a step on him, though, was the defender Paul Soderberg. He gets around Yachman and clears the puck. The other way for Meyer. Loses control, and here's Karasek. Karasek through a couple of players. Don't think of him as a stick handler, but look at him working there. Rims this around. It'll bring to the near side for Dawson Peterson. He sends to the point for Knut Lee. Lee's shot tried the deflection in front to Easton Lindert, but couldn't get it to go. 8:15 in the first period. 1-0 Hilltoppers, thanks to the unassisted goal from Matt Tillman at 7:05 in the first. Here's Shervin at the center point. Sends it into the corner. Panthers will give chase. Turning around to the opposite side is Paul Soderberg. He's hassled behind the net, forced back to the near side. Angled pass off the wall, held by Knut Lee. They do have to check up on the delayed offsides. Lee with the glove in center ice, sends it back in, lightly on net. Clearly sticked away by Pogreba. Panthers behind the Hilltoppers net. Dawson Peterson fighting for it there. Finds Lindert. Bottom of the near circle. Stick handles into the slot. Wanted the backhand chance. Defense wouldn't let him have it, and now we get a whistle. Penalty is coming up. Signal is I'm not sure what that signal is. It was the signal that you would give for an illegal shift in football, but I have to admit I don't know what that is in hockey.
Charging.
Is that the high school charging signal?
Yeah.
Ah, wow. Don't see charging penalties very often, particularly a minor for charging. And that one is assessed against number 16 for Onalaska, who I don't have on my stat sheet.
Trainer Jackson.
Trainer Jackson. So Trainer Jackson takes the minor penalty. The Panthers are on the power play. Short-handed chance, and what a shot from Andel. Great save from Couillard with the stick, but it's still controlled by the Hilltoppers in the Panthers zone. Feels like a Hilltoppers power play to start, but now the Panthers gather. They've got the man advantage, try to get set up on offense. Minute 30 to go on the power play, 7:05 to go in the first period. Panthers trail 1-0. An unassisted goal, the only scoring in this, and it came from Onalaska. Now they enter, and here come the Panthers the other way. Dawson Peterson, bottom of the circle, shot and a save. Puck is still loose in the crease, and the referee gets a whistle as Peterson went cartwheeling into the net. We'll take a stoppage here with 6:53 to go in the first period.
Yeah, throughout the year we've seen Dawson Peterson make it nice with, he's got friends on every team, so maybe he's just trying to make a new one with the goalie there. But this power play unit for Oregon, they've been, for the most part, they've been really effective this year, other than a couple of 5-on-3s in McFarland that they couldn't convert on. But Owen Tauschik is the guy to look out for, 16. He likes to set up in front of the net, get those rebounds, and get the nice passes from behind the net from Peterson.
Speaking of Tauschik, he sends over to Linder. Cross-ice pass, Panthers at the face-off dot. Linder, center point, shot and a save. Pogreba with a good stop there. 56 seconds to go on the power play. Panthers on offense. Work to the opposite hash mark. Tries to cross it through. Nice interception. 2-on-1 potential coming the other way. Get the lead pass to find Richie Baker. Baker, a shot and a save. Loose puck can't be followed up. They swat it to keep it in so they won't face an odd man rush the other way. 37 seconds to go on this power play. Lindert comes up with 6:10 to go in the period. He's got a ton of speed. Drops the puck off to the point. At the point, it's lost by Jack Klun. He's able to quickly regather. Pushed up against the boards. Lindert fighting for it. He comes out the better of it. Into the slot. Shot from Tauschik. Misses just wide. Back behind the net for Dawson Peterson. Face-off dot. Shot and a save. Loose puck. Backhanded and saved. And scored! Backhand put in from Owen Tauschik. The senior, his 5th goal of the season. A power play tally to tie it at 5:47 in the first period.
Yeah, OT hanging out in front of the net. Dawson Peterson working behind the net. That's been the formula for the Oregon power play all year long, and it's still effective. Got him another one tonight. OT getting to celebrate having his senior banner hung up over there. He's one of the 2 seniors that's smiling in their pictures, and for good reason.
Just not cool to smile when you're this age, I'm afraid. So the Panthers tie it up. 5:47 to go in the first period. A power play goal scored by number 16, Owen Tauschik. We'll get the official call for the assists as well in just a moment. Shervin drops it in briefly, comes right back out to neutral ice. Loose puck controlled by Karasek in his own zone. Swing over the miss, and let's get the call. Klun and Peterson getting the assists on that goal. The power play tally for the Panthers at 11:13 in the first period, and they make it a 1-1 game. Nice job to find Shervin. He breaks free on the right wing side. Top of the circle. Handles around 2 different players. Puck caught up in the skates, though. And skated the other way by the Hilltoppers. Forced to pass through, find Liam Branson. Hit is poked off his stick by Canute Lee. Back to Lee again, and again out into center ice. Hilltoppers will have to check up on a delayed offsides. 4:53 to play in the first period. 1-1 the score here in Oregon. The Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers are visiting. And here's a chance at a speedy Andrew Yachman in a foot race. Yachman to the bottom of the circle. Backhand shot and a save from Pogreba. Huge credit to Jackson Egan on the back check there. Yachman is no slouch when it comes to speed. And what a job by Egan to get in there just enough to disrupt the shot.
Yeah, Yachman's fast on his skates. He's fast on his feet. Showed off his wheels on that one.
Panthers will get the face-off far side of the Hilltopper zone. Face-off is controlled by Oregon. Trying to get a shot, a lot of traffic in front. Work the puck to the outside wall for Owen Tauschik. Peterson beneath the net. Backhand in front. Nobody there except Hilltoppers. And they flip it out, and now it's another foot race here. This time it's Grayson Andel. Andel, a shot and a pad save. Jack Klun got in his way. Up towards the point. There's Yachman again. Lost from the Hilltoppers. Picked up cleanly. The glove of Couillard working nicely on the ice there. 4:10 to go in the first period. A stoppage with a 1-1 score. Face-off is won by the Hilltoppers in the Panther zone, but a bouncing puck comes out into neutral ice. Turning it the other way was CJK of Onalaska. Behind the net, Oregon gives chase in the person of Easton Linder. Matt Tillman, though, for the Hilltoppers. Back behind the net for Andel. Andel shoved up against the wall, although I think Jack Klun took the worst of that impact. 3:49 to play in the first period, tied 1-1 here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Up along the dasher for Shervin in his own zone. Linder, nice move by Linder. Shervin has got it. What a play with the skate, and he's got Peterson across. Shervin, a shot, save, and Peterson swings and misses and loses the stick as he wanted to get that one out of midair. At the point, Shervin tries to whistle it down, stopped up by the defense of the Hilltoppers. Shervin on the forecheck and intercepted by Linder. Linder into the slot, nicely taken away that time by Carter Johnson of the Hilltoppers. Panthers still battling, but it comes to Karasek in neutral ice. 3:10 to play in the period. Dawson Peterson with the puck on the right wing side. Takes a hit as the Hilltoppers regather in their own zone. Shervin nearly gathers that one on a turnover at the blue line. Tillman at the point, hassled by Oregon, and it's Easton Lindert that comes out as he goes to the ice. Gets shoved a little bit by Tillman as he heads down. Icing against the Hilltoppers, and they were feeling the pressure there on the part of Oregon.
Yeah, I thought that was a borderline hook there to bring Lindert down to the ice.
It was a little something.
Thank you.
A little something you could quibble with there, but no call, and so with 2:52 to go, we'll stay 5-on-5. Still 1-1 here in the first period. Face off far side of the Hilltopper zone. And the Hilltoppers do gather it and immediately poke it out. No icing is the call. Couillard is just going to cover this one up. The referees do a quick whistle to avoid any shenanigans, and we will have the face off far side of the Oregon zone.
Yeah, smart play by Couillard there with two guys bearing down on him. He did have Karasek, and he could have tried to get the puck to him, but I think he made the smart senior play right there.
Ethan Dish in the dot for the Panthers. Wins it back. Rimmed around to George Karasek behind his own net. Angled pass up the wall for Tauschik. Puck still on the wall here. Hilltoppers hold, fire it beneath the cage of Oregon. Canute Lee up the wall. Held at the point, and now broken free and hustling after this one is Trey Zurowick. Zurowick behind the defense, and it's taken away. Again, the back check of Jackson Egan. That's twice we've seen him break up what could have been a Panther one-on-none. Send into the slot. Turn and fire off the blocker and saved. Desmond Kingsley had a heck of a shot there. Nice work with the blocker save from Joshua Pogreva.
The coach is working the third line guys in a little bit. Kingsley, Crom, and DiMartino. They've all seen a couple of shifts out here so far. And they're mixing them in with some of the top line forwards. So right now it's Lindert, Shervin, and Kingsley getting a shot at right wing.
And speaking of, it's Shervin that gets the face-off win. His shot is blocked, though, and taken forward by CJK of the Hilltoppers. Kay trying to work around Shervin, can't do it. Shervin with the speed up towards the point, trying to find Easton Lindert. Instead, the puck fired back down towards Jack Klun. Minute 55 to go in the first period. Still a 1-1 tie here in Oregon. Power play goal for Oregon, even strength goal for the Hilltoppers. Now the Panthers control nearly a very dangerous giveaway, and Couillard just has to put it to the rear wall. Kingsley controls. Cross ice for Shervin. He's got Lindert ahead. Left wing side as he enters the zone. Stops up around the defense. Center point for Shervin toward Lindert. Fancy footwork, but forced back out to the side wall. To the face-off dot for Lindert. Now into the slot, around the defense. Lost control of his stick briefly. Turns and fires, and it's wide of the net. Minute 22 in the first period. 1-1 tie here in Oregon. Down to the ice are the Panthers, and the Hilltoppers control. It's Liam Branson. He sends one down. Hand up for icing, and that is the call, and everyone on the ice was exhausted after that sequence.
Good flurry of activity. You know, Oregon feel like they've been right there. They're getting some good shots on net, but then again, so is Onalaska. We'll see who can, if anybody can get one in this last minute 12 and take some momentum into the break.
Still 1-1, 72 seconds to go. Face-off is won by the Hilltoppers in their own zone. They put it to the near side wall for Jackson Egan. At the point, held by Karasek, a quick shot and a glove save. No pressure, so they're forced to give it up. No freezing on that one. The Panthers put pressure on now, though, trying to steal this one away behind the net. Drop the puck behind for Ethan Dish. Up the near wall. A shot and barely a pad save. Karasek nearly slid that one through the 5-hole. Just got the corner of the pad down was Pogreba. Coming the other way are the Hilltoppers. Here's Parker Lyke trying to skate around Canute Lee. Down low, shot and a save off the protector for Couillard. Panthers coming out of their zone the other way. Lead pass intended for Owen Tauschik, instead is intercepted by Jackson Egan. Tillman at the point, shot up over the cage, regathered by Parker Lyke. 18 seconds to go as Lyke loses the edge, but we have a hand up and a penalty coming. Roughing is the call. That one, I believe, is going to go against Owen Tauschik, so he'll go into the box for roughing with just 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, he gave the Hilltopper a little push in the back and sent him into the boards, so.
Tauschik had the goal for the Panthers at 11-13. Now he takes the penalty, and it was a power play goal at that, with 15 seconds to go. So we'll get 15 seconds of a power play, then a minute 45 of a power play to start. A nice clearing job by the Panthers, and that should just about end this first period. 7 seconds to go as the Hilltoppers, Pogreba stops it up behind his own net. 3 seconds to play, puck coming through center ice, but there will not be enough time. Sticked away, but it was after the horn, and so the Panthers go into the locker room tied at 1 after 1 period. Matt, a lot of speed on display from both teams in that first period.
Yeah, this has been an exciting game. It was a pretty quick first period as well. It seems like they all have been so far this year. You know, a couple icings, couple penalties, but both teams are flying up and down the ice, skating hard, and I have a feeling we're going to see some more goals in the second period.
As you said, both teams with 1 goal, 1 penalty. The Hilltoppers got their first goal at 7:05, their first and only goal in the first period, an unassisted goal from Matt Tillman. That was an even strength goal. And then they took a penalty, number 16, and I lost his name because he wasn't on my list, but he was whistled for charging.
Jackson, Trainer Jackson.
Trainer Jackson charging at 8:50 in the first period. The Panthers then capitalized, and it was their own number 16, Owen Tauschik, with assists from Jack Klun and Dawson Peterson getting the power play goal. And then Tauschik guilty of roughing with 15 seconds to go in that first period. So we will come out with a minute 45 of the power play for the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Matt, just before we go to break here, what do you want to see the Panthers do different in that second period? It felt like they had a lot of offensive opportunities, but they gave up a lot of turnovers, a lot of loose pucks were getting the better of them, and the speed of Onalaska made them pay when they did turn it over. What do you want to see them do in the second period to avoid some of that?
Well, I think you got to be clean with the puck. Like you said, turnovers, especially with the speed that Onalaska has and the aggressiveness that they have, you got to really take good care of that puck. And I think, you know, I'll go back to the tempo. Oregon plays a little more defensive so far this year, a little more slower tempo. I think they need to set it up, especially now that they've got Lindert back. You know, you've commented on how, you know, how he moves with the puck or without the puck and just glides around on the ice like a figure skater, and yet he's a, you know, he's a big, strong hockey player, skilled all around. And one other thing that's really worked for Oregon well this year is Dawson Peterson getting a chance to set up behind the net and let guys move for him and get to the open spots, and he's such a good passer. So I think if you can get into more of a, what you would say is a half-court offense, to use a basketball term, rather than this run and gun that we've seen so far, I think that kind of thing benefits Oregon, lets them use their chemistry that they've developed, because these lines have played together a lot with the exception of Lindert just coming back. But so, yeah, try and set it up, control the tempo, and work some good offense in the zone and in front of Pogreba.
I like it. Folks, we've been talking about this OCA Media sports broadcast, but you may be asking yourself, just what is OCA Media? We are your local community access television station. Think PBS, but on a very local level. Each year, we stream hundreds of local events and original programming on Charter and TDS cable TV. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, please join the thousands of subscribers and get notified when we stream another exciting Panther sporting event. So it's Oregon 1, Onalaska Lacrosse 1, after 1. We'll be back with the second period. You're listening to Oregon Panthers boys hockey here on OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone, to this exclusive broadcast of Panther Hockey on OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports. Zach Seeloff and Matt Kingsley with you, ready to start this second period between the Oregon Panthers and the Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers. It's tied 1-1 after the first period. A power play goal was the first goal in the period for the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Panthers get an even strength goal to tie things up, but the Panthers will be on the penalty kill for the first minute 45 of this period. The power play for Onalaska, the result of an Owen Tauschik roughing penalty. So as Oregon comes out, they will have just 4 men on the ice. We'll have to make do as they try and kill things off to get things started. And Matt, a very, very high-speed period in the first, to the point where it seemed like the players were a little exhausted, frankly, at the end of it. You wonder if they won't settle into a slightly more defensive posture here in the second, or if they're just going to keep pushing.
Yeah, we'll see. They might have no choice but to keep pushing. I mean, if the ice is open in front of you, you got to go. You got to be aggressive and go after that go-ahead goal for both of these squads here.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Off the face-off, it's chipped into the Panther zone, but they're able to get control and get the clear. Ethan Dish sends that one down, and putting some pressure on is Andrew Yachman, trying to get a shorthanded opportunity. Comes back towards Dish at the point. Dish from the point, a high shot, a little bit too high over the crossbar. And coming up the other way is Grayson Andel. Andel, a shot and a stick save from Couillard, nicely positioned. At the point, though, that one is held by Jackson Egan. Comes back to him as set up on the power play are the Hilltoppers. Minute 6 on the penalty, 16:20 to go in the first period. Towards Andel on the outside edge. Karasek shadows. Drops it behind the net for Tillman. Karasek able to intercept that one. Grabs, fires, clears it all the way down. You can count on George Karasek for sturdy defense, and that is just what he delivers there. 48 seconds on the power play as the Hilltoppers control in their own zone. Jackson Egan up the ice, finds Andel on the right wing. Looked at the center, looked a little bit too long. Offsides is the call. We'll take a face-off and neutral ice. 41 seconds on the power play, 15:56 to go in the second period. We're tied 1-1 here in Oregon.
Yeah, the Oregon penalty kill has been pretty effective most of the year. I know we saw Dish and Yachman out there together. Those guys have been playing together on lines together for years, and got a lot of penalty killing action last year as first-year high schoolers and sophomores. So they're a trusted penalty killing pair for Oregon here.
Hilltoppers send it inadvisedly into the Panther zone, and it is slapped away by Jack Klun. 15:40 to go in the period, 23 seconds on the power play. An aggressive forecheck. Once again, a one-man forecheck from the Panthers. And it pays dividends as they control at the blue line, skating back into their own zone. Turning that one around is Dawson Peterson. And another high saucering clearing attempt. The Panthers' PK has been very sharp to start this period. And here's James Shervin on the shorthanded attempt. He takes a shove from CJ And it's K that controls for the Hilltoppers. He'll send it up the near side of his own zone.
And to call
what a run, an absolute run by Meyer against Knut Lee. Lee pops right back up, though, defiantly, and the Panthers control in their own zone.
Yeah, Knut Lee, only a sophomore, but he's been strong all year. He's taken some big hits and popped right back up, and he's delivered some big hits also.
Jack Klun sends the point, but the only person there is a Hilltopper. His shot, though, is deflected into the safety netting, and will take a face-off. That one off the stick of CJK, the senior. Man, that was a big hit in front of the Hilltopper bench. Knut Lee, the worst for it.
I like how a moment ago you referred to Oregon's one-man forecheck, but when it's James Shervin, he counts for at least 1.5 or 2.
I think that's fair to say.
He's the king of the shorthanded goal.
Face-off is one, and a shot and a save. Couillard able to block that one away, and now the Panthers with a chance for an odd man break. Coming up is Yachman. Takes a shot, a glove save. Yachman pushed down by his numbersake, Jackson Tillman, and then he shoves Tillman down. And this period has been fast, but it has also been very physical.
Yeah, big hit into the boards. I don't think Yachman liked that one bit.
Took exception, as one is wont to do. 14:31 to go in the second period. We're still tied at 1. Panthers killed off a penalty to start this period, and we're back to even strength. Hilltoppers win the draw. Send up to the wall. Karasek there. He swings over the top, though, and now a 2-on-1 developing for the Hilltoppers. Tomaszek feeds to the slot. A shot, and it misses on the right corner. Jude Alvarado had a pretty good look, but he sent it over the corner of the net. Through center ice, Ethan Dish for the Panthers. The junior, 2 goals, 4 assists, sends a shot on, and it's sticked into the safety netting by Joshua Pogreba. And we'll take a face-off in the Hilltopper zone as both teams get some new skaters. 14:08 in the second period. 1-1 the score. And Easton Lindert in the dot, the man you want there. And I think I'm pretty sure I heard the lineman say, "That's my bad." He kind of bounced it up and into the leg of Easton Lindert, so we're going to take that draw a second time. Lindert challenging Matt Tillman in the faceoff zone. Tillman wins it back to the corner, but it's taken by Peterson of Oregon. Up to the point. Shot from the point, gets through traffic, but misses the cage wide left. Shervin in the corner. He's shoved to the wall. Lindert drags it towards the faceoff dot. Andel sends to the blue line. Panthers hold. Tip back into center ice. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Oh, just great job by Jack Klund to get his stick on there, keep it in the zone. I mean, Jack is a very skilled offensive defenseman, as well as being tough in nails, and he's leading the Oregon Panthers in penalty minutes.
Here comes James Shervin. He's got a step on the D from behind. Shot and a save. He somehow managed to get back. He was fouled as he did so. I think they might get a hook here against Onalaska. That is the call. And I believe it'll be CJK that heads to the box. Indeed it is. What a job by Shervin. He is not the biggest guy on the ice, but he uses his body in such a way that he gets position, gets leverage, and that's what gave him both the opportunity for the shot and the penalty that he drew.
Yeah, James, he's an amazing athlete, and he has such a low center of gravity. He's short, but he's super strong, and obviously an amazing skater, one of the fastest guys out there.
Panthers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
He just does a great job staying low and exploding when he makes his moves.
Panthers on the power play. Easton Lindert in neutral ice. Hassled by two different Hilltoppers. Sends to the point. Panthers will enter. Off the skate of the referee. Loose puck. A swing over the top. Dawson Peterson almost had that one. Panthers hold at the blue line, though. Jack Klund back down to Peterson beneath the net. Looking to distribute from Gretzky's office. 13:03 to go in the period. A minute 29. Shot from the slot, and it hits his own man. Boy, Lindert fired that one into the belly, and he's got it again. Lindert high slot off the bottom of the crossbar. Doesn't get any closer without going in, and the Hilltoppers are able to clear, as Couillard will save that one easily. Oh, man, what a shot from Easton Lindert. Fancy stick handling, speaking of, as Lindert brings this one up the ice, moves to the left wing side and enters the zone. Face-off dot, toe drag behind the net. Lindert drops it off for Peterson. Back towards him, but intercepted by the Hilltoppers. Trying to clear this one out is Egan. Up towards the point, he does get it free, but Jack Klund holds for the Panthers, and now Klund is hooked. Panthers wanted a call right in front of their bench, but they don't get it. 12:15 to go in the period, 42 seconds on the power play. Panthers control in their own zone. Up towards Peterson in front of the player benches. Broken up by the Hilltoppers. Jackson Egan back into the Panther zone. Lindert gains speed through center ice. Towards the middle. Now back to the outside. Face-off dot. Bottom of the circle. Wraparound chance. Elects to settle it down and establish the offense. Fires it through the slot, but nobody gets the shot. Now Klund. Face-off dot. A shot through traffic. And it is held up, and we get a needless shove that time from Carter Johnson. Misidentified the target of his ire and gave a shove to the wrong man. 11:48 to go in the second period. 16 seconds on the Panther power play. We're still tied at 1.
I like that on the last rush that Lindert had. Jack Klund just kind of did a screen or a rub like you'd see a wide receiver do to get his buddy open. Took a defender out and let Easton work.
A weird bounce off the glass as trying to rim it around was Carter Johnson. This one he does rim and rims out of play. That took a very strange bounce when he tried to send it behind the net. I don't know if that one caught a stanchion, and now the referees are talking.
Trying to figure out where to do the face-off here.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, he shot it from way back behind the circle, and it went out at the Oregon bench. I think you'd want to bring it down based on where.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what they're going to do. We're going to take this in the Hilltopper zone. 8 seconds left on the power play. 11:40 in the period. Panthers will still have just a moment with a skater advantage, and in the dot for them is Preston Frome. You talk about changing the lines up. Peterson, Frome, and Shervin out there on the power play, along with Knut Lee and George Karasek. Finds Shervin at the outer hash marks. Up to Knut Lee, and now Karasek, center point. Karasek puts one through and scores!
Big George with the rifle.
George Karasek kind of bounces that one off the ice, and I'm not sure if he deflected it off of number 16 for the Hilltoppers, but he gets the shot, he gets the goal. George Karasek, I'm not even sure if that's a power play tally or not. It is literally right as the penalty expired. Either way, the Panthers get the score, and we're up 2-1 here in Oregon.
Good to see George get his first goal of the year. He's been pretty aggressive offensively, and he certainly has an amazing shot from the blue line, so it's good to see him let it fly.
Very talented player, George Karasek, and as you said, his first goal of the season. We'll try and get the call from the PA announcer as that puck is sent out of play, and we'll take a no, we're going to take this face-off in the Hilltopper zone. And let's see if there's any assists on this goal. I believe Knut Lee should get at least one, and Shervin may get the other. We'll also see if it counts as a power play goal or an even strength goal. Face-off for Knut Lee of the Panthers. Turn and fire, a stick save. Here's the call. So we'll call it a power play goal because he certainly hadn't come out of the box. The Panthers lead 2-1. The assist from Knut Lee and Matt Yachman. And the Panthers regather here. Shervin once again. Outer hash marks of the Hilltopper zone beneath the net. Now back to him. Takes a low angle shot. It flies right through the blue paint, but doesn't do damage. Knut Lee a shot, and it's just over the glove in the corner. What a shot from Knut Lee at the point. Had an assist, now wanted the goal. Panthers beneath the net, it's Peterson. Trying to chase after that loose puck, delivers a shot against his same number, Meyer. Puck in center ice, tried to play with a hand, was Easton Lindert, and Lindert's got the puck along with Shervin, a 2-on-2. Lindert drags around the defender, bottom of the circle, tries a low angle shot, and that one's off the shoulder of the goaltender Pogreba. Intercepted at the point, but now back loose and into neutral ice for Lindert. Lindert toying with the defense, but his pass is intercepted, and coming the other way is Richie Baker. Baker goes down. Boy, the Onalaska players all wanted a tripping call there, but I think a good no call. I think he just lost an edge as he tried to cut hard. Lindert is around Baker and delivers a big shot against Baker. No love lost between those two as Baker heads to the bench. 9:46 to play in this second period. Panthers up 2-1 thanks to the goal of George Karasek. 2-on-none break. Here comes Peterson. Stick handles and loses the puck as he slides into the net. Peterson couldn't get a shot to go on a 2-on-0 break. Panthers lose an opportunity there. Puck pushed through towards Couillard. He's just going to have to cover this one up, and a very late shot. That was aggressively late from the captain, Parker Like, number 17. And I am surprised that doesn't get a whistle, to be frank. That looked a little bit malicious to me. And in fact, here he goes. They're going to send him off for goalie interference. I think that's a very good call. Just an unnecessary late shot, and the Panthers, the beneficiaries, they will get a second power play. Their first goal was a power play goal, and now they've got another 2-minute power play with 9:26 to go in this period. The PA announcer called him Parker Licky, so I apologize for having gotten that wrong. But the captain in the box, Panthers to the power play. Karasek off the draw, sends it down into the corner. Panthers there, it's Yachman. Has it taken away from him by Tillman of the Hilltoppers to the point. There's Karasek, a shot, a save, backhand score!
Preston Crom with his first goal. The freshman.
We get two players getting their first goal of the game. What a shot from Karasek, what a backhand from Crom. The Panthers victimize early on the power play. It's 3-1 Oregon.
I didn't see, but I'm hoping somebody grabbed that puck there.
Absolutely. Number 3, Preston Crom. As you said, the freshman, his first goal, that's his first point as well. And the Panthers doing it up and down the score sheet here, taking advantage. And boy, Licky is going to want that one back. That was just a frustration penalty that he took there. And we talked about that at the top, that when you avoid those, good things happen. When you take those, bad things happen. Off the draw, the Hilltoppers off the glass and into neutral ice. We'll get the PA call for you on the goal here. So it's Prom from Karasek. Karasek gets the power play goal a couple of minutes ago. Then he gets the power play assist on the Crom power play goal. 2 points for George Karasek in this contest. And here come the Panthers on a little bit of a mini breakaway. It's Yachman, bottom of the circle. What a job by Jackson Egan. We could talk about him all day. That back check of his is so aggressive. But now the Panthers again, a backhanded shot from Dish in the slot is off the blocker of Pogreba. Hilltoppers desperate to clear. They finally do get it out into the neutral zone. Panthers will hold it there. Hilltoppers, though, grab and send back into Panther territory. It was Alvarado that accelerated that one down. Yachman in his own zone on the near wall with 8:09 to play in the second period. Panthers lead 3-1 after 2 power play goals in this period. Backhand from the Panthers to the near wall again for Yachman. Yachman takes a push up against the glass. A lot of players on scene. A wide shot from Alvarado rims to the far side of the Panther zone. Nice job by Oregon there. That was Desmond Kingsley that blocked that, Owen Tauschik that blocked that one down with a hand. Dish trying to get it clear, can't do it. Now the Panthers do hold, it's Jack Klund. Klund's pass goes off the shin pad of a Hilltopper player, all the way down behind the Oregon net. Nice move by Klund to Tauschik. His backhanded pass, though, is wide. Now the Panthers to Yachman. Boy, and the Panthers look like their legs are just toast out there. They need to get a line change. They do finally dump it, and we'll get some new skaters. Hilltoppers lose control at the Panther blue line. Given away again, though, and they fire it down. Couillard couldn't grab it to hold it up. Onalaska from the point. Shot easily patted away. That was Logan Sauter, the junior, that had the shot there. Panthers at their own point, moving through traffic. Here they come with a 2-on-2. Dish to Shervin. Shervin a shot. Glove down, but not held cleanly by Pogreba. His defense clears it out. Easton Lindert up to the point. Canute Lee a shot and a save. Again, the rebound loose. And Pogreba is starting to have a little trouble with rebound control. Here's Easton Lindert, a shot and a save. Again, the rebound is loose, and we get a whistle, and a penalty is coming up. A slashing call goes against number 21, Carter Johnson. A third power play for the Panthers in this period. They are 2 for 2 so far here in the second.
So one note on the Onalaska penalties. Coming into today, CJK and Parker Lick, they were leading the way, tied with 10 penalty minutes each. And as soon as CJK got that hooking at the start of the period, Parker Lick had to turn around and get his his penalty to keep that tie for the team lead.
Exactly. The Panthers now on the power play. They've got the 5-on-4 skater advantage. And on the near wall, it's Jack Klund. Into the slot, skated away by Onalaska. Matt Tillman's coming forward to Grayson Andel. They've got a 2-on-1. Andel, right wing, face-off dodge, shot. It's leaks through, and it's saved by the defense of the Panthers. It got through the pad of Couillard, but somehow they got behind him and cleared it out before it could cross the goal line, and now they're coming in on a 2-on-2 themselves. Feed down into the bottom of the slot for Peterson, and he settles up to get the offense established. Peterson, cross ice, top of the opposite circle. Linder, top of there, and off the tip of the glove and over the cage. 5:56 to go in the second period, minute 13 on the power play. Panthers at the point. Oh, and a bad bounce off the stanchion. Right there was Jack Klund. He couldn't stop it. Go ahead, Matt.
I didn't see if that was Lindert. I thought it was. Really good awareness to locate that puck sitting loose behind Couillard and get it out of there.
Yeah, I agree. I did not see who it was, but incredible effort. Couillard, you could tell, did not know if it had gotten through his pads or not. And the defense helps him out when he needs it. Here's a great stretch pass to Peterson. He's got a man with him. Peterson drags around the defense. In front, a shot and a save. A second shot is saved. Pogreba with a couple of nice stops on an odd man break from Oregon. 5:15 to go in the period. 33 seconds on the power play. The Panthers so far 2 for 2 on man advantage situations in this period. Up to the point for Klund. Opposite point, Karasek. High slot. Shot to score! Second goal from George Karasek. He pops the water bottle at the top. It's 4-1 Oregon.
Another power play goal for Oregon.
The Panthers are doing it today. And at 11:57 in the second period, it's George Karasek again. His second goal, his third point of the night.
Apparently not, because 21's still in the box and we're bringing the face-off out here. So
have we disallowed the goal? It appears we have. It appears we've disallowed the goal.
I mean, are they saying that the puck came out of the zone? It certainly didn't look like it from up here.
No, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, folks. In high school we don't get fancy replays, and mic'd up referees, so we'll have to settle for the fact that the goal was disallowed. The Panthers, though, remain on the power play then, but just 3 seconds left on that power play. Able to dump it in are the Hilltoppers, and both teams are now full strength as the penalty expires. So it seemed that Karasek had his second goal of the night. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and Karasek sends a pass down that misses just wide of the cage and is called for icing. I'm really at a loss, Matt. It sure looked like a good goal to me, but it is waved off by the officials, and unfortunately we don't have a good way of finding out what the issue was. We'll try and get that for you at the period break.
You can always reach out with the handy,
there we go.
You know,
some sort of telephonic device that could reach across space and time. 4:33 to go in the second period. It is merely 3-1 Panthers after the Karasek goal was disallowed. Would have been their third power play goal in as many power play opportunities in the second period. And here's Andrew Yachman. He's got a trailer with him. Yachman loses control of the puck. At the point, though, held by Karasek. He tries another shot, but that one is wide of the cage on the right side. Hilltoppers into neutral ice. Cross ice pass, trying to find Samuel Meyer. Instead comes to Karasek. Meyer, a nice job to put the much larger Karasek on his duff, but the puck does end up in neutral ice, and it's controlled by Yachman. He sends a light shot on to get his team a change as he dumps it into the zone with 3:55 to go in the second period. 3-1 Oregon, bad giveaway to Easton Lindert. Lindert, though, is victimized and hassled all the way. Shervin holds the puck and sends it back to the other side. Lindert will have it there for Oregon as they remain on offense. Easton drags it away around one man. Shot is deflected by the defense of the Hilltoppers, but here's Jack Klund to hold the zone once more. 3:33 to play in the second period. Panthers up 3-1. Hilltoppers gather the loose puck. Lead pass broken up that time by the defense of Tim Grice. We talked about Grice a little bit at the top, a little before we got on air. Grice getting some playing time on the defensive side. Panthers control. Up for Shervin. It's through his legs, and he hustles along. Can't gather the loose puck, though. Taken by Matt Tillman of the Hilltoppers. Grice has that. Back towards Tauschik. Tauschik loses control, and the Hilltoppers have it in their defensive zone. 3 minutes even to play in the second period. Panthers leading 3-1. Shot from the Hilltoppers is well wide. It comes up along the glass, and here comes James Shervin, gets a step, leaps over a stick, and then loses the edge and nearly loses his helmet. Just barely hanging on by the chin strap as he goes down. Jack Klund will have it for Oregon in their own zone. Nice little stop-up move by the Panthers defenseman. Tip pass through center ice, finds its way to Yachman. He's got Dish with him. Taps a pass to find Dish behind the net. Dish over skates, and the Hilltoppers will try and clear it out. Nice little fancy play with the hand by Matt Tillman. His stretch pass intended for Parker Leike is no good. Yachman, far side of his own zone for Panthers. Tipped at the point and held by the Hilltoppers. Shot to the slot for Leike, and it's blocked that time by the defensive Knut Lee. Knut Lee had the assist on the George Karasek goal earlier. A nice stick save from Couillard on a long shot from the point with 2:05 to play in the second. 3-1 Oregon here in Oregon. Panthers 4-3 on the season. Hilltoppers 2-4. Pass from Oregon is out of the reach of Andrew Yachman. He'd been out there for an awfully long time. He'll get a change as we get the icing call.
So the goal was disallowed because Tauschik was in the crease.
Okay. Well, there we go. We get the official scores notation. So the minute 55 to go. The Panthers do win the faceoff. Quickly taken away by the Hilltoppers, who have it in the corner. Liam Branson. Fight in the corner continues. Easton Lindert on the scene. Knut Lee on the scene. Branson tries to dig it off. Behind the net, Karasek has for Oregon. Little twirling move that time by Keaton DiMartino. High shot off the glass, doesn't get to the net. Shervin at the point. Loses the puck, sent back around for Karasek of Oregon. Near side, tries to find Shervin against the wall. Back towards the cage, Panthers intervene. Opportunity for Branson on a shot, comes to Couillard. He couldn't get the glove on because Karasek had it. He knocks it to the near wall. Shervin nearly had a breakaway opportunity. Karasek gathers in the slot, angled pass off the wall, bounces over a stick, hand up for icing, but here's Shervin. Can he beat it out? He does. James Shervin clears the icing by getting to that puck. He's on the near side of the Hilltopper zone. Loses control, though. And Onalaska comes back. It's Jude Alvarado. He's got a look and a nice stick check from Karasek. Sends it into the safety netting with 54 seconds to go in the second period.
I should probably credit my source on that. It was legendary former lacrosse area, I think Lacrosse Tribune reporter who did the bowling column and the wrestling beat up there, Kelly Sullivan. Thanks for that info, Kelly.
We love to have our inside sources here in media. Kelly Sullivan, thanks for getting us the scoop. We can give it to our viewers. Panthers win the draw in their own zone. 48 seconds to go in the second period. They're up 3-1. Giveaway and a shot and a save. Logan Sauter took advantage, the junior, but not able to get it past Couillard, whose pads are too quick. Hilltoppers with another opportunity here with just 35 seconds to go. Lose the puck in the slot. Yachman loses control of it. Shot and a blocker save. Another shot coming, a save again. Couillard faces off two good ones and steers them both away. A third one is saved by Couillard. Here's Jack Klun, high off the glass. Point for the Hilltoppers. Drop to the high slot. Shot, and it's deflected and in. Oh my goodness, Tillman gets the deflection from Sawyer Meyer, the senior, with his third goal of the season there on a very nice deflection. And just like that, it's 3-2. Hilltoppers back within one.
Yeah, with all those pucks that could have been covered up, you got to wonder if, you know, I guess it's hindsight, but maybe cover that up and get some fresh guys out there and reset a little bit instead of keeping that puck loose and in the zone. Oregon wasn't able to get it out and paid the price there. And so we could have had a 4-1 game, and now we're looking at 3-2 going into the intermission here.
Very big turn, that disallowed goal from Karasek because Tauschik was in the crease. A goal the other way for the Hilltoppers, and with 12 seconds to go, they're not going to give up. Likey fights through traffic. Shot and a glove save, and Karasek immediately there to defend his goaltender after what happened earlier. The Panthers not taking any guff from Likey, and we'll have to keep an eye on that in the third period. There's clearly a little bit of beef developing between the Panthers and the captain of the Hilltoppers. 6 seconds to go in the period, 3-2 Oregon. After the even strength goal from Sawyer Meyer just a moment ago. Shot off the faceoff is blocked by Shervin, and here he goes striding. Just 3 seconds to go. That'll end the period. They give the assist to Sauter, although I am almost certain that that shot was taken by Jackson Tillman, but they give the assist instead to Sauter and Egan. And so that's the tale of this one, a wild second period. We came into this period tied 1-1 after one, and we go out of it with the Panthers holding on to a 3-2 lead. Matt, you mentioned it, and you're absolutely right. What a swing to have that Karasek goal disallowed, and then with just 16 seconds to go to give up the goal the other way. It's 3-2, and we have an incredible game coming up in the third period.
Yeah, you know, it's never easy, and then just when you put yourself in a chance to make it easy and kind of feel comfortable and maybe be able to run 3 lines or even 4 lines in the final period, now it's shaping up as one of these where, you know, the top guys are going to get a lot of action and going to get pretty tired out. So we'll see how the coaches manage their the depth of their teams here. But yeah, you could have been a raucous locker room, and instead it's, you know, we'll see what coaches have to say. It might be a little tight, but Oregon has some good veteran leadership and a lot of juniors and seniors on this squad, so I think they'll find a way to get tough and come out swinging in the third period.
Great special teams play from Oregon in that period. 3 penalties against the Hilltoppers. They capitalized on 2 of them. It seemed like they had capitalized on the third, but Karasek's goal was disallowed with Owen Tauschik in the crease, and so it's 3-2. Folks, huge thanks to our sponsors who make this exclusive OCA Media broadcast of Panther hockey possible. They include the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, feel good banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition, helping you thrive. Visit us at OregonAreaCares.org. Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Panther Exteriors, Stoughton Health, and Wisco Industries, your trusted neighbor for generations. Folks, how many local events do you think OCA Media live streamed past year? 100? Maybe 200? Believe it or not, OCA streamed over 400 events this past year. As a nonprofit organization, we rely on generous financial support of our local business partners. Please consider joining our family of local sponsors. OCA Media is your home for Panther sports and everything Oregon. And if you do want to get involved as a sponsor, as a commentator, as a camera operator, or in so many other ways, please contact Paul at OCAmedia.com. That's Paul at OCAmedia.com. I can tell you, I got started as a commentator because my sister was the girls basketball coach here in Oregon years ago. She forwarded me an email from Paul looking for announcers at that time. I answered the call, and I have been doing it for nearly 10 years now. It is delightful. It's so much fun. Get involved in your community and have some fun doing it. You will not regret it. It's Oregon 3, Hilltoppers 2. At the end of the second period, we've got 17 minutes of boys hockey left. Stay tuned to this Oregon Panthers boys hockey broadcast on OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Matt Kingsley with you on this exclusive broadcast of Panther Hockey on OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports. Don't miss another Panther Sports broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today. Join the growing YouTube subscribers who enjoy hundreds of local events we bring you every year. Search OCA Media on YouTube. It's Panthers 3, Hilltoppers 2. As we get ready to start the third period, the Panthers add 2 power play goals in that second period, but with just 16 seconds to go in the period, the Hilltoppers get an even strength one off a brutal tip-in from number 10, Sawyer Meyer. Just a gorgeous tip to get it past Couillard. And that's what they've had to do. Nicholas Couillard has been very sharp in this game. The 2 goals they've had, one was that incredible tip from Meyer, and then the first goal they had in the first period was after 5-6 shots that finally led them to a shot that they got open. Neither one you can fault Couillard for. He's been very sharp back in the Oregon net.
Yeah, and he's had to be. He's certainly faced his fair share of shots and some really aggressive flurries. They seem to have really come in bunches for Onalaska, and their pressure has been consistent, and Oregon's been consistent the other way. So despite only 5 goals, it's been a very up and down game, and if you like offensive hockey, it's been the game for you. Absolutely.
And then the storyline to keep an eye on as well is the potential sort of bad blood developing between these two teams. Their captain, Leike, that being the Hilltoppers captain, took a slashing penalty against Nicholas Couillard. The Panthers converted it into a power play goal. Then near the end of the period, Leike took another kind of light whack at Couillard, nearly resulted in an altercation at the end. And so both teams a little bit on edge, both teams with a lot to play for, and both teams with a chance to win as we get underway here in the third period. It's Oregon 3, Hilltoppers 2, as the Panthers control in their own zone here in the third and final period out in Oregon.
And yeah, the first time that Leike got a piece of Couillard, I know it was Ethan Dish, I think, was out there and was really hot, and the ref actually grabbed onto him because he was going after, got to protect your goalie. That's number 1.
Absolutely. Easton Lindert for Oregon. Up towards Shervin. Potential 2-on-2, but the puck is intercepted by the Hilltoppers. Lindert follows, though, and enters the zone. Lindert stick handling around traffic. Down low, backhand shot and a save. Shervin, though, recovers the loose puck, top of the far circle. Backhands it around. Panthers remain on offense. Shot off the shoulder pad that time of Pogreba, who has also been very good in net for the Hilltoppers. Both goalies have had to do an awful lot of work. As Matt mentioned, a very offensive game so far. 16:05 to go in the third and final period. Panthers with a 1-goal lead out here in Oregon. It's Panthers 3, Hilltoppers 2. Puck is stripped away by Andel. At the point, though, the Panthers are able to tap it down. They'll get a forward change as we send the first line off. Hilltoppers in their own zone will have it, and it's the aforementioned Leike with control. His cross-ice pass finds its target of Matt Tillman. Dumped into the zone for Couillard, who sticks it away. Panthers turn the other direction as the Hilltoppers try and change. Yakpin, left wing, sends a light shot in, sticked up into the safety netting, kind of ramped by Pogreba, and will take a face-off on the far side of the Onalaska zone. 15:31 to go in this game. Still a 3-2 lead for the Panthers. In the dot is Ethan Dish, the junior man from Oregon. Sends the face-off towards the back wall. Hilltoppers there. Up to the point, Karasek, a white shot. Just rifled it in, and a hard shot from Knut Lee. Boy, that wounded Jude Alvarado. He really got him hard with that, but give credit to Alvarado on the block. In neutral ice, it does come back to Alvarado. He taps one ahead, trying to find Branson. Branson wanted to send that one in. Karasek in position to block. A second chance shot is blocked by Couillard and comes beneath the net. Panthers rocket it to the point. Wind in a drive from the Hilltoppers. Open net, a shot and a save. Closing the door was Couillard. Tomaszek had nothing but net to look at, and he couldn't get it past Nick Couillard. Oh boy, the senior goalie for the Panthers as we get an icing call here. What a stop to get back to the pipe there in time.
Like you said, nothing but wide open net there, and it looked like a sure thing, and then Couillard's leg came flying out there faster than Bruce Lee.
Incredible kick save from the Panthers netminder, keeping Panthers on top. That would have been a tie game right there. As it is, instead, it's Oregon 3, Onalaska 2 here in the third and final period, and Easton Lindert will not allow it to be taken away from him. Cross ice, and he finds Dawson Peterson. Back towards Lindert, tries to go to the knee and get the shot, but it will not go through the defense. Jackson Egan for the Hilltoppers now. High and into the fans. A woman in a red coat is able to evade it. Can she get it back on the ice? And one toss. She is excited, and rightly so. She does. Nicely done from a Hilltopper parent. And with 14:23 to go in the third period, we'll restart things in the far side of the Onalaska zone.
See, here at the high school games, you just get boring, plain old black pucks, so they're really not worth keeping.
No, not much of a souvenir. Dawson Peterson for the Panthers off the faceoff. Up to the point that time for Grice. Good work with the stick by Pogreba, although it put him out of position. Here's Shervin, pushed up against the wall, shielding the puck with his skate, hangs on to it. Shervin trying to work the power forward move in front, loses the edge, but beneath the net, the Panthers continue to fight for it. It's Peterson again. Drop for Lindert. Lindert around one man. Tries to step in. Loose puck to the corner. Peterson there. Shervin as well on scene with 13:50 to play. A loose stick for Oregon. And now Lindert will chase it to the far wall. Lindert thought about the point. It works its way up there, but Lindert trying to hold with the blade of his stick. Backhand pass is intercepted by the Hilltoppers. They'll come the other way. Nice touch by Sawyer Meyer, who had the deflection goal with 16 seconds to go in the second period. Big collision away from the puck. What a hit. And now we get a whistle as Jack Klun is down. He took a hard shot from Richie Baker well away from the puck. He's able to get back to his feet.
Two guys going hard into the boards, and unfortunately for Jack, he was in front, and the guy behind him, this Richie Baker, gave him a big shot. Jack going straight to the locker room. That's never a good sign. Yeah,
Klun holding his lower back as he skates off. We'll let you know if we get any updates. Hopefully he's okay, able to get up to his feet and get off the ice under his own power, which is a good sign. But Klun takes a big hit from Baker and has to leave the ice. Face-off won by the Hilltoppers. Shot does not get through traffic. It's blocked by Knut Lee, and he looks a little bit worse for the wear as he blocked that shot with the body. Another shot from the Hilltoppers, high over the glass. Carter Johnson has released two strong ones. At the point, the Hilltoppers hold. Battle for it there. Spun to the ice of the Panthers. Pass intended for number 17, Leike. Instead comes behind the net, but Leike does have it there with 12:56 to go in the third period. Point shot from the Hilltoppers, a defensive deflection. Dish tried to stop it. Instead, he changed the direction of it as the puck pops out. That shot from CJK. Nice job by Couillard to kind of fight it off.
Yeah, had to make an adjustment there on that bouncing puck. Good job by Cooley.
Both teams looking a little exhausted. The first two periods were so fast and so intense. I think the legs are starting to give out a little bit. And this may be a question of whose endurance holds in this third period. 12:48 to go. The Panthers control off the draw. It's Karasek. Moves it ahead for Dawson Peterson. He's intercepted by Alvarado. Karasek again for Oregon. Back the other way for Grice. He loses control, gives it up to Branson. In the corner now, Shervin of Oregon. Shervin has it taken off his tape, and it's Alvarado once more into the slot, and the winded shot from Tomaszek doesn't make contact. Puck rimmed around to the opposite side for Shervin, still in the Panther zone with 12:20 to play in the third period. At the point, the Panthers do clear it out, but Branson holds for the Hilltoppers. Lindert in center ice, has it taken away. Turned around by Carter Johnson behind the net. Karasek of Oregon. Karasek, a nice stick handling move, and here he goes to find Shervin. He's got Lindert as well. Karasek on the charge with Shervin. Backhand shot. Beneath the blocker, it's still loose. The puck's still loose, out in front, and skated away by CJK. He sends a pass down. That should go for icing, and that is the call. What a job by Shervin to deliver the puck. The Panthers just could not crash the net quite hard enough to drive it home.
And looks like there might be another injury in Oregon's defensive core. I just saw number 8, Trey Zerwick, in street clothes. And so right now it looks like who do we have for 27? Is that Jackson Crompton?
I believe it is, and yes, it is Jackson Crompton. So the Panthers down a couple of defensemen at a critical phase of the game. 11:39 to go in the third period. They're holding on to a 1-goal lead, up 3-2 on the Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers. A shot there is saved nicely by the stick of Couillard, and here is the aforementioned Jackson Crompton in for the 2 injured defensemen for the Panthers. Tap towards the slot. A shot bounces high and over the cage. No save needed from Couillard. Puck in the corner of the Panthers zone. Dug out by Oregon. Contact continues, and the puck back to the corner. Taking it away is Ethan Dish. Cross ice to break free. Panthers in the neutral zone. Broken up by Jackson Egan. Egan now to the faceoff dot. Feed to the slot. Broken up by Canute Lee. Panthers the other way. Dish will dump and change. But he dumps from just behind the line. They call the icing, and so the Panthers will have to face it off in their own zone with 10:54 to go. This is an exhausted Panther bench, and being down 2 defensemen won't make that any easier.
No, and the third line hasn't seen much action, which, you know, has kind of been the Oregon MO for as long as I've been watching Oregon hockey.
Panthers
play those trusted guys.
Panthers control, but now it's back in Hilltoppers control. Cross ice to the opposite hash mark. Shot and a blocker save from Couillard. Karasek behind the net. Trying to get it as Leike. Drop pass. Comes past the intended target. Gathered by Oregon. Shervin to the point. Leike there. Sends it back into Panther territory. Beneath the net for Matt Tillman. Toward the slot. Broken up by Linder. Back towards the slot. Through the skates of one of the players. Now Kay is shot across the crease. Does not make contact with Couillard. Linder near side. 10:17 to play in the third period. Tries to send it out at the point. Kay loses control there. Turned back around that time by Andel. Karasek in his own zone for Oregon. Nearly gives it away. He does. Andel drops the pass. Broken up in the slot by the Panthers, though. Nice back check by Tim Grice. Here comes Easton Lindert along with James Shervin. Lindert, high slot to Shervin, and he just missed it. Sent it behind him. James Shervin rims it back around. Lindert towards Shervin again. Hash marks a bouncing puck, and it's covered by Pogreba. Shervin couldn't quite get a clean shot on that one. It sort of knuckled toward Pogreba, who pounced on it with the catching glove. 9:47 to play in the final period.
Big defensive play by Tim Grice on the last series. You had that the pass went right into the chest of the Hilltopper, and it looked like they were going to get a great shot off that turnover, but Grice was there to play some good D.
Off the faceoff, Panthers from the point, blockered away by Pogreba. And now we get a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty against Yachman for interference. Andrew Yachman looks in disbelief, but he is whistled for interference. So at 10:22 in the third period, the Panthers will have to go on the penalty kill. Andrew Yachman called for interference. And this is a huge opportunity for a Hilltopper team that is down only one, 3-2 in the third and final period. Face off far side of the Panther zone. Both number 4s, Shervin and Tillman, draw it. It's won by Tillman. A blocker save from Couillard off the shot of Jackson Tillman. The brothers combining there. Matt Tillman in the corner, and now we've got a player down for Oregon. We get a whistle, and he is in trouble. That's Jack Klun, and I think he might have gotten high sticked. He is holding his face.
Yeah, he took 2 gloves right to his face there. Yeah, maybe some stick too.
Oh boy, yeah.
Busy.
His mask is written up. His face mask wrote up on his face.
Busy night for the training staff.
Yeah, and he looks like he looks mad, but also interested in getting back in the game. He says, "I'm ready to go." Trainer is going to let him do just that. He'll get his helmet resecured, and Jack Klun ready to fight again. An increasingly physical game as we have gone on in this period. Klun will take a moment at the bench to get resettled as the Panthers send a new line out there. They're still on the penalty kill. Minute 49 on this power play for Onalaska. 9:27 to go in the third period. Leike talking with the referees, or the referees talking with Leike. Not sure who initiated that discussion, but we got a couple of players involved and the referee trying to let people know what's going on here. We'll see if we get a call out of this. I don't think we will. I haven't seen any indication so far, and we have not. Referees just wanting to let everyone know what the expectations are. So no penalty out of that play. Face-off is won by Oregon. Karasek sends it the opposite way for Lindert on the far wall of the Panther zone. Lindert, a nice loft, and here comes Shervin one-on-one. Shervin against Tillman, gets around Tillman. Face-off dot shot and a save. Oh boy, what a job by Pogreba to fight that one off. Shervin with a killer move to get the shorthanded opportunity. In center ice, the Panthers still pushing. Turned around by Dish. Held by the Hilltoppers. Coming the other way is Jackson Egan as he enters the zone on the power play with a minute 22 on the man advantage for Onalaska. Up to the point for Matt Tillman. Back towards Egan again. Cross ice, out of the reach of the intended target, Jackson Tillman. The brothers Tillman up at the points. Now Jackson works down to the faceoff dot, loses control. Ethan Dish with the clear. Panthers going to get some new forecheckers. And speaking of forecheck, here comes Shervin. Dangerous living there from Jackson Egan as he moves right through his own crease with an absent Pogreba. Loose puck gathered and cleared by Jack Klun. Klun had the injury just a moment ago. Great to see him back and playing again on the PK. 45 seconds in the period, on the power play. 8:20 to go in the period. Clear by Karasek. 3-2 the score. The Panthers on top here in Oregon. This third and final period. Now here comes a 4-on-2. Drop pass reaching across for Branson. A shot doesn't get past George Karasek. Karasek able to get it around Branson and sends it up the wall where Dawson Peterson will get it clear. He'll send it towards the net. And it'll be taken by Pogreba with 20 seconds left on the power play. An excellent kill thus far from Oregon. They've had a shorthanded chance and they've given Onalaska very little to look at offensively. Coming the other way, CJK into the corner of the Panthers zone. Skates all the way around. Fires one through, trying to find Sauer Meyer. Meyer had the last goal for the Onalaska Hilltoppers, a tip-in score. Both teams full strength as the penalty expires. Panthers get control, looking for the stretch pass. Cross it over opposite side that time for Owen Tauschik. All the way into the corner. Tauschik ridden to the wall, continues to fight for the puck, able to get it clear to Preston Crom. In the slot, Crom can't quite turn on it. Shot is deflected high and into the safety netting. Nice job by Tauschik and Crom to combine on that one, an effort play, and it draws a face-off in the Onalaska zone.
.7:17 left. It's going to be a fight to the finish here.
Very physical game. It was a very speedy game early. It's 3-2 now with 7:13 to play. Onalaska in their own zone. Through center ice, gets it past Klun, and they're able to find Alvarado. Klun takes it away again, near wall of his own zone. Stretch pass into the center, finds the Hilltoppers, and now here's an opportunity coming the other way is Chrome. Preston Chrome's shot is blocked, and he gives a little shove to Jackson Egan after that play. And both of these teams are really getting aggressive with one another. Loose puck gathered by Knut Lee. Sends it cross ice. In their own zone, it's Jack Klun. Shervin off the skate, following up his Chrome. Lost puck, Shervin will try and chase it down. Panthers try a clearing pass, can't get it done. A little bit disorganized for Oregon, and Onalaska the beneficiary. Nice glove save. Couillard stops Tomaszek's shot. The freshman has had a couple of good looks in this game, but Couillard's been equal to the challenge. James Shervin had a little talk with Knut Lee there at the end. The veteran player and his teammate conferring. We're back to 5-on-5 as the Panthers killed off the interference penalty against Yachman. Shot off the faceoff is wide of the cage. Yachman back in the game. Nice little one-touch. And here comes Preston Crom, the freshman. Intercepted by Andel, but sticks with the puck. Turns around in the corner to the slot, and it's just out of the reach of Owen Tauschik. Panthers will scramble to get back. George Karasek. Karasek hassled as he takes it to the wall. It's Parker Leike putting on the pressure, assisted by Matt Tillman. Karasek does come out the better of it for Oregon. Loose puck towards Tauschik. Swing and a miss, kind of paintbrushed over the top from Leike. He chases it though, feeds towards the slot, can't get a shot there. 5:50 to go in the third and final period. Panthers 3, Onalaska 2 here in Oregon. At the point, it's CJK. What a shot block from George Karasek. Picked up by Ethan Dish. Dish, though, stripped by Leike, and he sends it back with a backhand to Karasek. Karasek, angled pass, not able to be stopped up by his intended target, and icing will be the call. The Panthers will send 5 new men out there and fight from it from their own zone.
Yeah, Oregon having a hard time taking the puck with them this last minute or so. So that icing might be a good thing. Maybe give them a chance to take a breath and reset.
Little disorganized on the breakouts. Try and fix that as they get the face-off win here in their own zone. Big hit, and the puck comes towards Couillard on the side of the net. A shot is saved. A shot is saved. A third shot is scored. Sawyer Meyer put it past Couillard on the third attempt. His second goal of the game is the third for Onalaska. We're tied at 3 in the final period here. And we've got a timeout from Oregon. The Panthers want to settle things down and get an opportunity to regroup. Well, now in hockey, the T, okay, it is timeout because the T can also mean unsportsmanlike conduct, but that T is a timeout. So a 60-second timeout from Oregon. Folks, OCA Media reaches thousands of viewers with programs like this. Join the 3,700 YouTube subscribers, and you'll never miss another Panther sports stream again. We're your local source for information and entertainment, from award-winning content produced by our staff to event coverage like this. We are your local-based community access television station right here in Oregon. Sawyer Meyer with that goal at 11:38 in the third period, an even strength goal. And it ties things up. We knew this one was going to be a good one. It seemed like two teams with different styles, but nonetheless who have enjoyed some success on the season, and it hasn't let us down. We're all tied at 3 in the third here.
Yeah, and if you're Oregon, you know, you're riding these top two lines, and you've got a defenseman out, one of your key defensemen out, at least Jack Klun's back, and you're not sure if he's 100%. So these guys are really going to have to fight and grind, and this is what they've done all year. Do you hear anything good on the?
Nope, I tried to. We're right over the top of the player benches here, and tried to lean in to glean some insight. I could not hear a thing, but I heard 1, 2, 3 Panthers at the end. So face off in center ice after the goal and the timeout from Oregon. It is controlled by the Panthers. Puck works back into their zone, high off the glass though, and here comes Linder to head to Peterson. Takes a shot, it deflects, and it goes up into the safety netting. Matt Tillman, the senior from Onalaska, getting in the way of that one. And we'll take a face-off in the Hilltopper zone. This is the kind of thing you can build on, though. You win the draw, you work it into their zone, you draw a face-off in their zone, you've got your first line out there, try and set up an offensive opportunity. Easton Lindard in the dot against Matt Tillman. Tillman does win it for Onalaska, finds his brother Jackson behind the net. Up the boards, Panthers intercept. Shervin has it taken away by Matt Tillman. His pass comes out into neutral ice. The Panthers control. Canute Lee has it there. It's tapped past him toward Couillard, who is just going to cover it up as Likey snows the goalie. And again, Parker Likey is, I think in the NHL parlance, you might call him a pest. Yeah, he's okay. definitely sort of intentionally tweaking the Panthers there. The Panthers, thankfully, and the referees not allowing it to escalate. 4:54 to go in the third and final period. We are all square at 3 here in Oregon.
And right now with this Oregon team, so far this year, they really haven't had somebody that's been the, you know, if you need to put somebody for the opposition on their chookus, they haven't had that guy yet.
No goons on this Oregon squad. Huh?
No, not really. I mean, they have some guys with some penalty minutes, and
Speaking
Jack
of
Klun's
penalty,
getting one right
Jack
there.
Klun's takes a run at Richie Baker, number 12. Baker was the one that had a big contact earlier, and now Klun's going to go to the bench, the penalty bench, and that is difficult for Oregon here. This is a tough penalty to take. He's called for the high stick at 12:26 in the third.
And I think if you're Oregon, you've seen Onalaska really step up their physicality late in the second and throughout this third period. And you have guys, you know, I've seen Canute Lee put a couple good hits on people the last few minutes, just trying to be more physical and trying to answer the physicality. And I think that's what Jack was doing right there. And
off the face-off, a shot and a score! They convert in no time at all, just 7 seconds in. Burying the goal is Grayson Andel, the sophomore, their leading point scorer this season, gets his 6th goal, a power play tally, and it's 4-3 Onalaska. And that is a heartbreaker for the Panthers after leading through much of this game. They take a power play goal. They give up a power play goal, I should say, and they're down 4-3, which is 4.5 minutes to play. First line out there for the Panthers. Easton Lindard looking to win it right off the draw. It's knocked back towards Karasek in neutral ice. He finds Lindard at the center line. Pass for Shervin. Shervin's able to get around one defenseman. Angles back around for Peterson. Back to Shervin beneath the net. Panthers moving the puck nicely. Point for Karasek. He had a goal earlier from the point. Shot, deflection, save. Oh, they set it up just beautifully for Lindard to get the tip. Shot from Grice is stick down by the Hilltoppers, and they're going to send this one for icing. And that is the call. We'll take the face-off in their zone.
Yeah, coach is going to leave the same 5 out there.
You got guys that are working. Might as well stick with them. The high sticking penalty from Jack Klun becomes a power play goal from Grayson Andel very quickly, just 5 seconds after the penalty was assessed. But the Panthers on the attack, win the draw. Shervin, cross ice, trying to find Grice at the point. Grice keeps it on the near wall. Down for Easton Lindert, toward Peterson. They fight in the corner and continue. 3:47 to go in this game. It's 4-3 Hilltoppers. It's past Grice, and striding after it is Karasek. Grice backhands through traffic and finds Shervin in his own zone. Shervin tries a lofted pass. He's able to find Lindert, who enters the zone. Keeps it onside. His shot, though, is blocked by the defense of the Hilltoppers. The captain, Lindert, through center ice. Angled off his skate, but knocked away by the defense of Onalaska. Picked up there by Carter Johnson of the Hilltoppers. Now Shervin, always able to play it confidently with the skate. Drives through. He takes a shove. A lot of action behind the play here, but the players disengage and continue on. Ethan Dish up against the wall, fighting for it in Hilltopper zone. Shervin steps up. Now it is cleared towards Dawson Peterson. The defense of Oregon controlling. Here's Jack Klun, who had the penalty a moment ago. Klun accelerating. He's going to take an offensive stab at it. Around traffic. Down low shot and a save. Progreba with another stop. Shot comes through from Yachman. It's wide on the right side of the net. 2:40 to play in the third and final period. 4-3 Onalaska after the power play goal. Stick save on a late shot comes to the corner. Rifled out, and that will easily be an icing. Panthers will get the draw, and the Panthers are animated. After giving up that power play goal, it's been all Oregon on the offensive side.
Well, we'll see if they can turn that into a goal. It probably won't be too long before we see Couillard come out of the net.
We're going to have to keep our eye on the Panthers netminder, see if he hits the bench. 2:33 to go in this game. Panthers trail by 1, 4-3 against the visiting Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers. Yachman intercepts a pass. Down low. Shot and a save. Good coverage of the pipe that time from Progreba. The referee takes a puck for his troubles as he's in the corner. But at the corner, Onalaska able to get it clear. Jack Klun. Nice job to shield the Onalaska skater away from it. Great pass as he's able to find Ethan Dish. Dish tries to work around traffic, loses the puck. Back to the Panthers zone. It's Knut Lee defensively. Up the wall for Yachman, out of his reach, and it's taken instead by Jackson Egan. Left at the point. Yachman fighting for it there. Controlled by the Hilltoppers, but putting pressure on is Jack Klun. Yachman assists. Works it down to the top of the circle. Here's the Panthers on the giveaway. Lindert is just high over the crossbar. Had a good look, but sent it high. Lindert again down low. Stripped of the puck. At the point. Panthers control. Knut Lee holds the zone. Dawson Peterson beneath the net. Loses control of his stick, and the Hilltoppers have it. High pass comes out into center ice. Knut Lee will have it there. Jack Klun, backhanded. Trying to find the offense. Easton Lindert with 1:25 to go. The net is empty. Extra attacker on for the Panthers. Shervin loses the puck. A low angle shot is wide. They wanted the empty net goal, but it is well wide. 1:19 to play. The Panthers have 6 attackers out. Their net is empty. They're going for broke. Down by 1 against Onalaska. The first line out there for Oregon. Ready to attack. Face off, the linesman again, taking responsibility. We'll redo it. Lindert in the face-off dot, finds Shervin. Top of the circle, it's high over the outstretched glove of Progreba. Karasek tries to hold on that near corner, along with Tauschik. It comes through, it gets loose, it's headed towards the net. It's going to be just wide, and it is an icing call. Boy, that one was awfully close. 1:04 to go in this game. Panthers still trailing by 1. The net remains empty. 6 attackers on for Oregon. Just 64 seconds remain in this contest. A very exciting, very high-energy game. Easton Lindert will take the draw again. I expect to see him out there until this one finishes up. Nice hold at the blue line for Klun. A shot and a pad save for Progreba. Shervin on the side. Klun at the point, out of his reach, and it's Karasek in neutral ice for Oregon. Up to the point, Peterson enters the zone on the right wing. Puts it down, trying to find Lindert. In the corner, Lindert around traffic. Hassled behind the net, fired to the center, and now a shot towards the net. Off the post! Grayson Andel nearly had the empty net winner. 35 seconds to go. Stretch pass to Peterson through 2 lines. Here comes Peterson on the left wing side. Peterson has it poked off his tape. Klund follows, holds at the point, fighting for it, tips it towards center ice. Panthers control, 22 seconds to go. Backhand into the slot. Here's Shervin. Shot is wide. He pushed it off the left post. Held at the point for the Panthers. It's Shervin once again. Backhanded clear. The Panthers will have to check up with just 10 seconds to go. Shervin tries to get around traffic. A lofted pass from the Hilltoppers. Dumped in with just 5 seconds to go. Shervin is trying to get there. He won't have enough time, and that is how this game will end. The Hilltoppers take the victory 4-3 over the Oregon Panthers. What a conclusion to that game, Matt.
Very exciting game. It's one that Oregon appeared to be in complete control of when Karasek had what appeared to be his second of a back-to-back goal and disallowed because a player was in the crease. And after that, Onalaska was able to get that goal, 16 seconds left in the second period, and totally changed the momentum of the game. And they were able to come out and impose their will and physicality in the third period.
I think you're exactly right to identify that as the turning point. The Karasek goal disallowed with Tauschik in the crease, followed by the Hilltopper goal with 16 seconds to go. What would have been a 4-1 game instead becomes a 3-2 game to start the third period, and that really changed the complexion. 2 goals for the Hilltoppers in the third, and they come away with the victory 4-3. Matt, before we get going here, 1 star from each team. Who do you like in this game?
Well, I'm going to go with the pest for
Parker Likey.
Onalaska. I mean, I don't know. That's how I used to try and play basketball. Was the flagrant foul was my go-to move. So I think he did a lot to unsettle the Oregon team and get them out of their flow. And some of the stuff was right on the edge. And it kind of reminds me of the old Tony La Russa thing when he was with the Cardinals. He'd bean you, and if you didn't bean him back, he knew he had you, and he could do what he wanted, manipulate the game his way. And I think some guys for Oregon tried to get physical and to give it right back to Onalaska, but I don't know. I'd give Likey the star for them. And as far as Oregon, I'll go with George Karasek. I mean, he had the one great goal, his first of the year, and he had the other one disallowed, but he was pretty aggressive. He played his usual rock-solid defense, and offensively he continued to be aggressive, as the Oregon defensemen have been. And, congrats to him on his first goal for the senior captain. So there's my stars for the game. And
absolutely. I've got to go with number 10, Sawyer Meyer, for mine. He had that tip-in goal at the end of the second that we talked about, really changed the game. And then he had the even-strength goal at the third that tied it up. And that led quickly to the power play goal that ended up being the game winner. He played a great game for Onalaska. For the Panthers, boy, a lot of different players that you could choose. I've got to go with the goalie, Nick Couillard. I feel like the Panthers' defense wasn't quite what you would like to see in this game. Not that their defense played badly, but they were facing a very speedy, offensively minded team in Onalaska, and a lot of shots got through to Couillard. He had to face some tough ones, and the ones that got by him were definitely not on him, just shot after shot after shot. The tip-in from Meyer, the ones that he was in a position to stop, he made some great saves on.
Yeah, he was keeping him in the game. You can only do so much.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for us from the Oregon Ice Arena. Unfortunately, the Panthers fall 4-3 in regulation against the visiting Onalaska Lacrosse Hilltoppers. Thank you so much for joining us here on OCA Media. Visit us on the web at ocamedia.com. Search for us on YouTube, OCA Media, and email Paul at ocamedia.com. That's Paul at ocamedia.com if you're interested in sponsoring or participating in these broadcasts. For our Executive Director, Paul Zwicker, our broadcast partner, and my broadcast partner, Matt Kingsley, my name is Zach Seeloff, saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.
Good night.